Hello and welcome to Draw Along with Dan. I am Dan Lietha, cartoonist and illustrator, and today is the next day in Dinosaur Week. So this week we've been drawing dinosaurs all week. Well, today's day number 2. But we're still drawing dinosaurs. And today I chose another monster dinosaur type of thing. Although there's a little bit of a disclaimer that goes along with this guy because yesterday, if you watched the drawing of the dinosaur that I did, I talked about the Papo dinosaurs because they're among my favorite dinosaurs that we do or that I collect. And the Allosaur that I drew yesterday was made by the Papo company, and they on purpose went away from the look of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. Well, today I've chosen a dinosaur model that I have that's actually based on one of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs. So it's going to have that look to it, but we can still have fun with it. And let's show you what that dinosaur is. It is the Spinosaurus. So this particular dinosaur has undergone quite a lot of changes visually, controversy. The fossil, if you look into the fossil story of the ones that they had and then they were destroyed, and then what they've recently found, it's pretty interesting. But we're gonna trace this guy. We're just gonna draw that much of it. We're not drawing the whole body. So today and yesterday were kind of similar that way, although this guy's pointing the other way. So let's take him and knock back his opacity a little bit so we can see the trace lines a little clearer. And then get on the right layer. All right, so this one actually has a lot of similarities structurally to, say, a crocodile or an alligator. I think probably more of a crocodile. I don't know again how that compares to the real fossil. So this is the artists for the Jurassic Park were the people that influenced this a lot. So I don't know what liberties they took and all that, but we're just gonna draw this as is, with this being the sole reference. So let's start out with kind of a circle right here, and then off the top and off the bottom we've got the upper and lower jaws. Then you could see there's that, and then let's break this down like this and like this. So that gets the basic shape in there, and then you can refine it after that. So let's keep doing the basic stuff, and then we'll refine it after. The neck, basic like that. The body, it's kind of a longer, not so ovalish, but sort of like that. Then the arms, pretty much like that, and then the hand. If I can get away with calling a dinosaur hand a hand. Then, like I said, I like to put circles where the joints are, and then it just helps you with a lot of orientation type stuff. So, and this guy has some cool wrinkles on his shoulder. And that big sail fan on the back, we're just going to draw a little part of it, but like that. And then you've got the arm on the other side. Throw a little shadow in there. Although you don't really see it poking out here, which is kind of a bummer. With photographs, you can kind of get away with stuff like that, but artwork, for some reason, people go, hey, you can't see the other hand. Well, yeah, it's behind this one, but in the drawing, they basically want you to show it anyway. So we'll have it come out It's just funny what photos can get away with versus artwork. There is a difference. So something like that. I'm just making that up off the top of my head. And then for the neck, there's a little extra bump right there, kind of a thickness that's added. And then under the neck, under the jaw right here, there's kind of another little thing that they've added there too. You know, that's all artist interpretation. And that is a very important thing to know the difference between evidence and the story that the artist adds to it. All right, so the back or the bottom jaw isn't just this straight line that I broke it into. We can refine it. It goes like that. And then there's a curve right here. And then that big base of the jaw on the bottom that, again, I think has the power muscles in it and stuff. So, and then the top has kind of a funny, it starts up here. It doesn't go all the way down there. So it starts up here and goes down. And then the upper one sort of complements that. Then there's that skin flappy thingy that is in the mouth that they put in a lot of the dinosaurs. I've never read anything up on that particular feature that you always see illustrators put in, but I think probably other reptiles that are alive today have that sort of thing. So that's probably where they get that. All right, the nose rounds off, then it comes back up. Now, this top of the snout that's the edge right there. So that's the start of the side. This section up here is the top, and it looks like they have the nostril like right there. So we'll go with that. Then they have a horn type of crest thing, eyebrow, eye area. And then I don't have the model with me, but I think it's kind of, let me make the sketch go away for a second here. Okay. That other side of this is just a little bump on the other side. So that's how it shows. And we got to do the teeth. And then you can just kind of, sometimes I draw a guideline for where the teeth go. So you can kind of keep that nice flow, because it's a little more haphazard on this model, but some, like the T-Rex especially, if you look at some of the skulls, the teeth have kind of a flow of the teeth start kind of mid-range, they go up, and then they come back down. It's a nice line there. So drawing a line can help keep you within that nice flow, instead of just trying to figure it out as you go. And then this guy has a tongue that's kind of on the bottom of his the bottom jaw there, resting down in the lower part. But let's have some fun and draw the tongue up like this. Okay, I think that's got it. Well, there's teeth on the other side too. You can kind of see the other side teeth, kind of account for those. And there's our Spinosaurus. Let's shrink the sketch down and move it over to the side as we usually do. I kind of like those little tracing sketches. They're kind of fun. And then we'll get away from our big reference, and we've got the smaller reference we're going to put up on the corner. And actually, I can make the, well, it's always interesting trying to fit these things in here on the screen so they're all usable and you guys can see them. There, I think that does it. And now, my layer, and let's draw a Spinosaurus. Again, it's always interesting trying to fit things in with the real estate that I have. Probably start out drawing the face bigger and then I'll shrink it down to fit the rest of the body in as we have it. So we started out with a circle. And then I have to think about my proportions here. I want to exaggerate the length of this a bit to have some fun with it because it's long. So the rules of a caricature are if there's a feature that's outstanding and it has a certain dynamic to it, you try to exaggerate that dynamic a little bit. So if something is small, you make it smaller. If something's big, you make it bigger. That sort of thing. It's not always just make the nose big because that's what you do. That doesn't work because some people don't have big noses and it doesn't make sense. So this guy has a long nose, long snout. So we'll work with that. In fact, I'm going to make it longer. Just getting that basically put in there. I'm going to worry about the neck and such later, but draw at least the neck part in to get that started. And then the refining. All right, so we've got the nose rounds off. It comes back under and goes up. And then this, the chin, I guess you could say, up and then down. I don't know how your week is going. Mine is a bit crazy. Just stuff is piling on. And there's that shape right there. Then on the other side, it looks something like that. And again, I don't know if that's just artist license or if that's actually based on some fossil evidence that they have. There we go. And this upper lip starts up here and then goes down, up, and then it'd be interesting to take a photograph of a crocodile that you'd find online or someplace and then compare it to this. I bet there's some borrowing going on here. And that's not a bad thing because our designer, creator, God uses similar things in different animals to solve different problems. And it doesn't mean that we're all, related in an evolutionary way. We have things in common with other creatures that live on this planet because we have a common designer. So, the teeth like that. And then these bottom teeth. I think they're more tall right about here. That's another thing you could do too, is draw that guideline for the heights. And then draw in like lines for where you want the teeth, and then when you ink them in or do the next step, then you know about where to put the teeth. That can be really helpful. And then a little flappy thing. And I'll just put in where the tongue's going to go, right about there. And I think I'm going to move that down a little bit, give him a little more jaw, upper, or the bottom jaw part. There we go. That's it. It just helps give him some balance, I think. And that neck part goes flat and then down. So we're doing dino caricatures this week, I guess. And Spinosaurus. They're still trying to figure that guy out. Not that they're fully informed about all the other dinosaurs, but this one's had a bit of an interesting history. Trying to use the guidelines for the teeth that I put in there. Start wide on the bottom, go up to the point, and then come back down. So and if you're drawing along, you don't have to match my lines exactly, the number of teeth and all that. There we go. Got that nose. And if I'm not mistaken, crocodiles' noses do the same thing. So I think the thinking here may have been that, at least for a while, they talked about Spinosaurus being like an aquatic dinosaur. So it is a dinosaur because of the leg structure and such, but that it hung around the water more. And so maybe the look of the crocodile and the nose being up on top is a feature that those types of animals have, because they like to have their body as much underwater as possible. But then if they have their nose that can stick out and their eyes stick out just a little bit, then they can hunt prey. All right. I'm just going to stick with that much of the dinosaur. I'm not going to draw the arms and such. We can do the body and things another day. Just add some direction for that neck. All right, there's our Spinosaurus cartoon caricature maybe. So let's knock that sketch back. And oop, I gotta get my own layer here. All right, now we're on to the inks. Change my color of ink on my digital stylus. And I like starting with that eyebrow. It's just a favorite part for me. All right, we'll do that, and then just kind of add detail as I go. So that's the back of the head. And then you get these little things. Give it some shape. And then there's kind of an indication of like a ridge right there. After it leaves, maybe some scales. And then the other side of the nose. And then that ridgy thingy on the other side. And I'm going to kind of put that other eye back there maybe. You don't really see it in the photo. Well, maybe a little bit, but then the nose, I'm going to exaggerate just a bit. I like the roundness shape. Upper lip, and then it starts up, goes down, comes back up again. And then they've got a real curve at the end there. I have a tendency to want to make animals like this smile, but we'll just leave it kind of like I see in the reference. And that bottom jaw, kind of gets thin right there. And then comes around. Oops. Let's do that again. And then the upper part of the bottom jaw is kind of straight. I mean, it doesn't have a lot of curve like the upper lip, the upper part. This doesn't curve so much, but I'll give it maybe a little more curve than it has. Still relatively straight. Then the side flappy thingies. I like to put some lines in there just to give it a feel of there's a something there, and then there's a shadow that gets cast. Now, usually when I say the word shadow, I mention my dog because his name is Shadow, and he's not feeling so well right now, and my wife is right now at the vet with him. He may have some hip dysplasia issues. Not that that has anything to do with dinosaurs, but it is part of the fallen world that we live in. And last tooth right about there. My teeth are a little more pronounced than the model because teeth are cool and they're fun to draw. And I'm the artist and I want to make it that way. There we go. Something like that. I don't know if you'd see. Well, I guess you would see the other ones all the way through. There. Nice. I like those teeth. And that nose, nostril up on top. I'll give a bit of a line there for some of the curvature. Ooh, now I'm really playing into the crocodile feel. That really makes it look crocodile-ish. And then the bottom teeth. Again, I'm kind of curious as to how the model here follows the actual fossil evidence that we have. And then the tongue. We deal with all those teeth. Draw that like mid-ridge type of thing for the tongue. And then put some shadow on the tongue there. I said the word shadow again. And then the skin flappy thingy on the other side. Which is just dark. And putting this in actually helps give the mouth and the whole head dimension. I think it helps make it look thicker. I'll put like a lighter edge on that. Okay, and then some of the teeth on the other side. Should probably actually like color them in. Because they're on the other side, so they're helps differentiate the front teeth from the back teeth. And again, helps give this more dimension. Maybe they're a little lighter on that as you come out to the front. Do the same on the top. The other side teeth. There we go. And then the rest of the neck. Again, I'm saving the eyes for later. For the last part. I've got my little guidelines there, and I'm trying to give him some more that rugged reptile feel. And then the underside of the neck. And there's shadow there. Say the word again. So I'm going to add some more. Some more lines like that. And then under the neck. And sometimes it works to darken in the darker shadow areas with just solid, but sometimes you want to leave a little more detail. So I think that works. And then for scaling, I'm surprised I didn't do this. I didn't think about it. You can sometimes add like just a pattern of dots every so often, just to give. Now, if you did the whole thing, I think the dot pattern would kind of take too much. It would take all the attention would go to that, and so I think a nice balance is to, and it would be a lot of work, is to just put a dot pattern on there now. I'm trying to follow the contour, the shape of the reptile, the dinosaur, the Spinosaurus. So I'm not just randomly putting these on there, although I'm not. There's less plan to it than you think, but I'm trying to follow at least the shape of the Spinosaurus. It makes it look like they fit, they belong there. Okay. And then the ones back here in the body would be bigger. All right. I'm going to add some more of this. And even under the chin. And now the eye. I'll probably add a little more rendering after the eye, but again, I like that that cartoon angry eye thing. It's just, I remember discovering that as a kid and just loving that. It was the simple thing to draw, I think, was part of it. And it just looked so expressive and cool. Now for this one, okay, I said I was going to draw a cartoon, and it kind of still is. I mean, it's got more of a comic book look type maybe thing than some of my other stuff, but I'm looking at that eye thinking that just needs to be what the eye is. So let's try it. Although I'm going to redo that. I want him to be, he looks like he's looking up. So let's try it. Yeah, that's pretty good. Fix that a little bit. It's funny how he still kind of looks friendly. And then I'm going to draw in like a little spot of light on that. All right, so let's put in just a little more detail because it's a reptile and they're cool. And it'll give them some more detail, texture, coolness. There's just a lot of shapes. And that scale work is really neat, just great to look at and work on. It's got all these wrinkles they've put. The modeling, whoever did the modeling on these things is really talented. Very, very fun to look at. And just for fun, he's kind of smacking his jaws, so add some action there and some water, I guess, or something. Little action lines there. So there's our Spinosaurus. Let's do away with the sketch. And then I'm going to sign my name. You guys can check out my website. So there it is, our Spinosaurus for the day. I love drawing dinosaurs. Let's see. So there it is. Day number 2, Dinosaur Week. Spinosaurus. Tell your friends, family, young artists. Hey, there's free lessons on YouTube taught by a cartoonist that's a Christian. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. And come back next time for more dinosaurs and more animals and more fun on Draw Along with Dan. See you later.